everyone, I'm Deanda and welcome to my channel. Today what I'm going to be doing is the Teacher Mommy Tag, and so I'm really excited about it because I've partnered with a few other teacher moms here on YouTube. One of them is Monet from her channel is called Tick Life. The other one is Melissa from Teacher Inspiration Station, and then also Natalie Priester, and her channel name is Natalie Priester. So we're all going to be doing this tag. And I came up with these questions like months and months ago, and I just never got around to filming the video, so here I am today. Before I get into the questions though, I just want to say thank you so much if you're a returning subscriber, but if you haven't subscribed yet, consider doing that now. You can go ahead and click the little subscribe button and then tap the bell for notifications, so that way whenever I upload any more teaching or lifestyle videos, you won't miss out. Now, on to the questions. Let's just get right into it. First question, how many children do you have and how old are they? Right now, I only have one son, my baby boy, and he is 20 months old. Were you a parent first or a teacher first? So despite my girlish looks, just kidding guys. So I actually have been teaching for 10 years, and after my 10th year of teaching, well no, I'm going into my 13th year now. After my 10th year is when I had during my 10th year is when I had my son. Next question, how has becoming a parent changed or influenced your role as a teacher? So a few different things come to mind. The first one is that I now can definitely empathize more with parents. And you know the scene, like a parent comes in and they're like, oh my gosh, Mrs. Brown, I'm just so sorry. Last night was crazy. We had this and that and this, you know, going on. And I'm so sorry, we just couldn't get the assignment done. And so I would be like, oh, okay, I understand. Honestly, like I didn't really get it. And now that I'm a mom, I get it. And so I definitely can empathize better with my parents now. Next, a couple more things, right? So the next thing that has influenced my role as a teacher is that I now handle situations a little bit differently, you know, just as things arise in the classroom. I'll say I'm handling a situation with a student or bringing some correction. Now I do those things through the lens of, if this were my child, how would I want his teacher to handle the situation? It doesn't mean now that there's just no consequences in the classroom and it's a free-for-all and anything goes, because it's not. And as a parent, one of the ways that I show love to my son is to correct him. So if he's in error or he's doing something wrong, I'm going to love him and show him kindness through the vehicle of correction. And so it's the same thing with a good teacher. If you know that what your students are doing is wrong or it's not right, you're going to correct them, whether that be, you know, academically or behaviorally. Correction is just a part of the job, right? Now, like if I have to correct a student, or just like not even necessarily correction, just different things arise, how would I want my son's teacher to handle it? And my principal told me, he said, once you have your child, it's just going to make you a much better teacher. And I really get what he was saying now. Third thing, these homework packets that I've been sending home, like before I became a mom, way too much, way too much. My first 8 years of teaching were in a public school, first grade and second grade, and we were required to send home homework. So I always did the packet. And then I've been in a private school the last 3 years, and same requirement, we have to give homework, and I've always done the packet. The first year, you know, it was that same kind of a thick packet, and the second year and third year when I had my son, like that went down significantly. And so I do not send home copious amounts of homework anymore. Next question, do you send your children to daycare during breaks or when we have holidays off? So let me preface this answer by saying that I just absolutely adore my son. I think he's the cutest kid on the block, and he brings so much joy to my life. I love his little face. However, if you listen really carefully, do you hear that? No noise in the background because he is not here today. He is definitely at his papa's house, and that's where he typically goes for daycare. He's not going there anymore. This upcoming school year, he'll be somewhere else. But on the breaks, I do make sure that he gets that quality time in with his grandparents. Specifically his papa, who is the one who has watched him so far. And I don't send him every single break, every single time. But if I have a doctor's appointment or a hair appointment or just, some things that I need to get done, then I'm going to do my best to make those arrangements in advance. And sometimes I do wait until the last minute. Like last night, I asked Kevin, I was like, it's late, it's 9:41. Like, can I text your mom and ask her if I can bring him in the morning? He was like, go ahead. And so I felt kind of bad because it was late, but I was just like, send. So this morning she responded, she was like, bring him over. I don't send him all the time, but sometimes he does go. Maybe about 40% of the time he has spent with his grandparents this summer. Well, not his grandparents, his papa, because his nanny, as he calls her, she works during the day. What advice would you give to a teacher who is pregnant with her first baby? My advice would be to make sure that you are not giving your all to your students and to your classroom. And so what I mean by that is, like, sometimes as teachers, how we can just put our whole heart into what we do, and like we stay late working on projects, get to work early, setting up and preparing for the day or for the week. And when we come home, then we're still sometimes bringing that teacher bag home with the papers that don't get graded. Let's just be honest. Being a teacher can really wear on you. And so you have to definitely make sure that you are taking time to take care of yourself. Self-care is so, so important, especially after you have a child. It's really hard, when you have an infant, to find and to carve out some time for yourself, but definitely don't give all of yourself and don't give, all of your best to your job so that you don't have any of your best left when you get home for your baby. And I'm not saying don't do your best when you're at work, but don't give all of the best part of you to your job. And I hope that makes sense, what I'm saying. Comment down below. Let me know, if you get what I'm saying. I had more advice and now I can't remember it. Okay, so the last question is, what's most challenging and rewarding about being a teacher mom? For me, one of the biggest challenges is balance and trying to just get my work done when I'm at work and just be like wife and mom and friend and like my home roles when I'm at home. And so that's the reason why in my last video, I made a schedule for the summer and a schedule for the fall. And I'm really hoping that if I can stick with that schedule, it will just help me to achieve more balance between, work and life. And one thing that has really stuck with me when I went to a women's conference at my church once was the speaker who told us, she was like, you can have it all, but not all at the same time. And that's something that I just have to come to accept, that I'm not going to be able to be, super teacher and super mom every single time, and both hitting 100% on both sides all the time. So, sometimes we'll do the extra super cool science lesson that's not in the curriculum, or the extra project that I come up with. But then there's some years where we'll just do what's in the curriculum and we won't do the extra stuff. And so same thing with being a mom. Sometimes I'm gonna just, knock it out the park, and sometimes we're getting by and he's eating dinner and it's not a home cooked meal, but he's not going to bed hungry. So that's one of the challenges for me, is balance. But one of the most rewarding things is that now I have my own child who I can see grow and develop and get smarter and, stronger, and just watch him blossom into this wonderful person. Whereas before, for 10 years, I just got to see those things happen with other people's children, and now I have my own. And like I said on the other question, he literally brings me so much joy and just brings so much happiness to our home, you know, for my husband and myself. And so that's definitely one of the rewards. Just getting to have a child of my own now is just a reward in itself. And every day I'm just so grateful to God. Like, thank you so much for blessing me with this wonderful little human being and giving me the honor and privilege to be his mommy. So that is it for the Teacher Mommy tag. I tag you now. Go ahead, make your own video and link it down below in the comments so I can check it out. And if you're not going to make a video, at least pick out one of the questions and answer it. I will also link the questions down below in the description box if you want to do it on your own. So thanks for watching. I hope that you enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up if you liked it. Leave a comment and subscribe if you haven't already. All right, guys, bye.